Even the best tennis players have problems with accuracy and power. This week we're building machines to fire tennis balls at moving and static targets, mobile mortars. Welcome to Scrapheap Challenge!
Don't worry, I love him dearly.
Now, that'll teach you to take the mickey. I've told you, if you don't behave yourself, we're going to have falling outs going on
I didn't think you could aim.
Yeah, all right. This week, we're at Beaulieu. During the Second World War, this was a really important Allied training centre.
One chap who trained here led a group of saboteurs on the daring raid against German heavy water plants which scuppered the Nazis' plan to make an atomic bomb.
We're continuing the military theme, and on this week's programme, our Scrapheap teams are building mobile mortars.
The three teams have just 4 weeks to perfect their tennis ball firing tanks. To create their machines, they'll have just £450 towards costs and whatever scrap they can beg, steal or borrow. Then the teams will come here to Beaulieu, where they'll compete over 2 rounds. Whoever comes out on top will take on my ultimate Scrapheap team in today's final. A team whose name is dreaded in scrapyards everywhere, Dick's Diamonds.
All right, we only get a week. They get 4 weeks, but I got to tell you, we want to win.
My regular right-hand man is Jim Milner. What he doesn't know about engineering ain't worth knowing.
We've only got a week to do this, and the teams have 4 weeks, but we're great.
With only a week to complete our build, we need a mountain of scrap on tap. What better than our own working scrap heap?
And the great thing is it's a working scrapyard, so every week things are coming in, things are going away, so it's always changing. We're always going to find something different.
End of the week, the scraps turned into a really good machine.
We hope.
Each week, Jim and I are joined by a superstar scrapper, and for this build, it's Scotland's #1 welding wizard, Laura Downey. She appeared with the Steaming Scots, who ran out of puff in the Giant Skateboard Challenge. With a whopping 15 years of welding experience, she's hoping to win with the Diamonds. If there's 2 bits of metal that need joining, she's your woman, and I've got a feeling we'll be keeping her busy.
Last time it wasn't very successful, was it?
No, it was underrated, I think, that show.
And
We did our best, we did our best.
I take it you're determined to win this time, though?
Oh, absolutely.
OK, this week's challenge, what is it, Jim?
This week, we've got to build a mobile mortar vehicle. So it's got to be a vehicle that goes over rough terrain, not off-road, just dirt, grass, things like that, and it's going to be able to fire missiles at targets. One problem is, we're not allowed to use any compressed gas or air to fire them.
OK, we're talking about this, you know, the actual vehicle itself. We need something to put it onto, just
Yeah,
platform.
something that's just a little bit of ground clearance, really, just so we can go across the grass and dirt.
Right, we're going to need accuracy, we're going to need range, OK? So that our weapon has got to really work. Have you got any experience firing big guns, Jim? No, what about you, Laura?
Not me, no.
Yes! That means I get to play with it.
As a former lieutenant colonel in the army, this challenge is perfect for my shooting skills. But not being allowed to use compressed air makes it a little tricky. We could use combustible gas to create an explosion, but if we don't harness that power properly, well, let's just say you may be picking bits of metal out of your singed hair. And I've lost enough already. We could use a spring-loaded mechanism, but they tend to be quite weedy. Finally, we could use counter-rotating wheels to force the missile out at speed. The key to that is getting the wheels at the right separation and the right speed. There are plenty of headaches facing us and the teams.
Does this remind you of anybody? Rusty Regiment? They've got their work cut out from this time.
The Rusty Regiment are Scrapheap's reigning champions. It comprises of Captain Bob and Czech, car research experts, and Paul, a Scrapheap owner. They might not look it, but they're formidable opponents. Their list of successful missions is impressive. Pulling planes, supercharged boats, and conquering the icy depths. Quite how they did it is anyone's guess.
The strengths of our team
can be a bit of a fractured mix, our team.
Bob as a team leader, he's all right.
On one side, we have Paul who's very much doom and gloom.
Bob comes up with some stupid ideas.
On the other side, we got Chet, who's a little bit fluffy in a way with the ferries, you know what I mean?
My mum's really proud of me. She tells all the neighbours about how all my boys on Scrapyard.
He's up there.
I think I just had triplets.
The only other thing I can remember that I definitely won was guess the number of Smarties in the bag competition when I was about 8.
Oh, he's hard work.
But I like to be the balancing force. So if things are rocking one way or another, I will stop it and say, that's enough.
How it all works, I don't know, but it does work. The three of us together, we do get things working.
The Rusty Regiment's back in business, and we're here to take the cup home again.
No chance, mate. For our super gun, we're going for 2 counter-rotating wheels on a swivel mount for maximum power and accuracy.
What about wheels? Wheels.
Oh, there's a cement mixer up there.
Yeah.
Think it's got any decent wheels?
Have a look at that.
There's a wheel on it.
One.
What's
your throw in? Better than my catching. I've only seen one motor.
We've seen 1 wheel and 1 motor.
That's not good enough, right?
Yeah.
We need more wheels, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And when it comes to motors, we want more options.
On the last build I did, the Scrapheap Challenge, we used electric motors, and yet again we're looking for more electric motors, but there seems to be a lot less scrap this time.
The scrap heap hasn't got a vehicle the size we want. I think the value of scrap something to do with it. They've just taken them all away and crushed them. And a car is not really manly enough for us, so we wanted something a bit bigger. We're still looking, and actually, if we don't get something the right size, I can see me perched on the roof of a little sort of family hatchback.
Not going too good, this. Finding the right components is crucial, and without a sturdy vehicle to carry the gun, no one will be going anywhere.
It's the first time on Scrapheap for the Essex Budgie builders, and they're from Essex.
Team Captain Warren and mates Paul and Chris all work together at a commercial vehicle workshop. There isn't anything they can't build.
We get chassis come in and I build whatever body the customer requires onto the back.
We can build them a car transport right the way through the line, from bricks to feathers to mattresses, you know, anything.
We take something on, we say, yes, we will do it, we get on with it, we do it. Everyone's happy.
Boys don't grow up, their toys just get more expensive.
What I love about engines is just the raw power of them.
Paul has a vast array of knowledge. It's like an encyclopedia when it comes down to an engine or cars.
And Warren's no slouch behind the wheel.
I used to race competitively, so yeah, I've done a bit of driving.
Dick, if you're watching, stay at home, eh?
Idle threats don't concern me, mate, but finding a vehicle does.
I've still got a problem, we haven't got a vehicle. We do, you know, the vehicle has to be big.
Have we checked everywhere?
I've been warned twice. That's what we want, Jim. See that? What do you reckon?
That is perfect.
Go on, mate, go on.
Come on, the case.
It won't fit in the crusher, it won't fit in the crusher. It must be moving.
Oh, God.
It's a bit manky.
I would say they've kind of...
Oh, no!
They've,
Well, at least the prop shaft's still straight.
yeah, they bent the chassis, but luckily the prop shaft was saved.
But if we get that straightened up, we can actually get it on the road, yeah?
If only we had an expert welder.
Oh, well, I'm sure we'll manage to find one of them around here somewhere.
Let's check out the Trickies. Yeah, I did say Trickies. They're from Margate, and it's the first time in Scrapheap Challenge.
Home inventor team captain Jeff and his son Tony have teamed up with next-door neighbour and ex-army gunner Joe.
When we first moved in, we was checking the next-door neighbours out, and it was like, oh my God, the mad professor.
I remember it seemed like after a week, Joe and my dad were already out here building something, which that was really good. I'm glad he found a friend.
We knew there must be somebody mad enough out there.
Has Joe told you what's going on in the shed yet?
Well, what the wives don't know doesn't hurt them too much. So we try and keep what we do out here as close as possible to ourselves.
There's usually a lot of rumbling and some rattling, and then the odd explosion, and then it goes quiet for a little while.
Anything that fires is usually something good for Joe. So, because of his background, I think he likes anything that sort of propels things at a reasonable rate of knots.
Bang! We want to use fire and big explosions. Yeah, that's what we do.
We've got the same money, but just 1 week to build our machine. It's taken some time, but we've scavenged enough from our diamond scrap heap to make a start. The first task is for Star Scrapper Laura to get the roof off our twisted transit.
Commence destruction of van.
First of all, I want to hit something.
Jim, have you heard of anger management?
I've just heard about it, yeah.
Okay, good. I just thought.
This idea was Dick's. We were there going to just gently lift it off, but no, we're going to attach it to a vehicle and rip the whole lot off the top.
Sorry, Jim, I missed that. What are you saying?
So it was my idea to get that to do it.
Jim, I'm working on your command, all right?
Go!
So,
Okay, you're taking it up.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop! A second. You're pulling the vehicle now.
That wasn't very successful, was it, really? I thought you could tie knots!
So this was the easy bit of the build.
The difficult bit's going to be straightening that chassis up, I can assure you.
Our design relies on a non-twisted flatbed vehicle with a mounted swivel gun consisting of contra-rotating wheels directly driven by 2 electric motors. Tennis balls are fed into the gap in between and spat out at high velocity.
Got concerns. The motor's got to be attached properly. The ball's got to be actually caught and flung properly. The beast is taking an awful lot longer than we expected. If we spent all the time getting the truck right and this doesn't work, we're snookered. All right, so it's quick and it's actually sharp. You know, we go to it as best we possibly can.
Absolutely.
They're all out to beat us, remember that.
Star Scrapper Laura has done her best to get the roof off the van, but is it gonna budge?
Didn't you hear me say stop?
Is this meant to be a ramp?
Perhaps we could just fire the tennis balls up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the perfect platform.
That's an understatement.
There's going to be a lot of welding underneath this.
Looks like it.
Yeah. And this isn't the main part of our build.
No, this is supposed to be the simple part of it.
We're really up against it now, and we don't even know if the engine's up to scratch. So, what are the other teams up to? Over in Wokingham, reigning champions the Rusty Regiment think they've come up with a solid battle plan.
We have our motor, it's a four-wheel drive motor. We have the contra-rotating guns that we're going to supply. We've got all the equipment to put them together, and we're quite confident that we've got a usable weapon.
Well now, the Rusty Regiment are taking pretty much the same approach as us, contra-rotating wheels. But that extra 3 weeks they have to build it is really showing. They're going for multiple cannons and are hoping the extra firepower is going to blow my diamonds off. But it seems Bob's optimism is not shared by Paul.
Mayhem. It's like a kindergarten. I'm very concerned about this build. It wasn't me that come up with the idea, it's one of the other two. And when I find out who it was, he's going to cop one, because I think it's an horrible idea. I'm going to make some tea. That's it.
You're a hero.
I'm the tea boy today. That's it. We got 11,000 RPM, which I would have thought plenty to throw a ball that sort of distance. But it's not. It's the gripping hold of the ball to throw it. That's the bit that it's missing out on. Whether it's they want bigger wheels or bigger engine, I don't know. I will find some sort of solution for this. I will find the answer, but not this afternoon.
Luckily, Paul's family doesn't share his pessimism.
I'm just making the cartridge holder so you can just get the ammo, the tennis balls, straight to your hand without any faff of trying to knock them over. I think they're going to win. This time it's big and meaty and lots of big machines, so I think they have the upper hand in this.
Rusty Regiment may have been winners in the past, but they weren't up against us.
Meanwhile, after a bit of gentle massage, Dick style...
Look, I've only got 9 stone. What more do you want?
9 stone, aye, OK.
The van's back is now nice and straight.
You happy, Jim?
Yeah, that's about it.
And hotshot welder Laura has built a frame to strengthen the mangled chassis, but the engine still needs a full operation.
I got my foot down, so I'm picking up the revs.
Put right down.
Yeah. Don't have to bleed it, that's good. Hold on, it's a runner. It's a runner.
It's a runner.
You know, it could be worse.
Loosest meaning of it.
We've definitely had worse, haven't we?
Why is it always the same?
£450 doesn't get you a brand new Transit.
We'll get it going. At least it starts after a fashion. You impressed then?
Well, it took a bit of time, but you got there in the end.
The van's a major pain in the butt. I think we're catching up with it now because Laura's just about there. A bit more welding and it'll be strong enough. Sadly, that's put us behind, but it was cheap, and cheap's the right answer. With a bit of luck, we'll catch up on our time, but it hasn't been as smooth as I'd like.
While we've only just got our vehicle running, over in Kent, the Trekkies have not only got a vehicle, but they've gone for a completely different gun design, and it looks like it's going to pack quite a punch.
The principle behind our build is that we're using combustion to launch our tennis balls. Yeah, we're not going to fling them or throw them or chuck them or anything like that. We're going to explode them.
The Trekkies are not going to use compressed gas or air, they're going to blow it up. A valve allows the butane gas into the plastic gun barrel. It is then ignited using the spark from a barbecue ignition switch. The resulting explosion propels the missile out at high velocity, and a vacuum cleaner sucks out the exhaust fumes, ready for the next round. It's an impressive but danger-filled idea. That explosive power has to be harnessed properly, and plastic and fire don't really mix. They're either going to blow us and the other teams away, or just the roof off the shed.
Well, we did have a small incident where the glue that we used was not quite heat-proof enough. So what happened is, as the gun warmed up, the glue melted, and as we fired it, the back came straight off of the gun. Yeah, and that was fine, except what that hit was an aerosol can, which in turn then blew up and caught fire, and there's a few flames and things. But we got lots of fire extinguishers. Actually, we ran.
I'm actually a first aider at work, so I'm going along just in case. You're just going to wear a nurse's uniform. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was in the army, so I've done a few explosions.
He always hurts himself. He breaks everything. He ends up in trouble, and he seems to heal quite well, so we let him get on with it.
Yeah, I just like to blow stuff up, really. It's quite good. Oh, yeah, not that I've blown anything up before. It's the first time for me.
Yes, we are picking a dangerous route, but we want to win. So we've got to do this the right way. Yeah? Precision is the key.
And to top it all off, they're going to have not one but 3 of these guns. But hold the calls to the fire brigade, folks. They've perfected the design in the latest prototype.
It's a weapon of desire.
The Mark III.
When we were doing a test fire, he was actually about 40 yards away, and I shot him, and he ended up with rather a large bruise at 40 yards.
Get ready for this. Don't try this at home, kids.
Put it away. Looks like they're out to bruise our egos. We've just found another cement mixer wheel and a motorised scooter to power our gun.
All right, it's not a massive load.
It's actually quite a motley bunch, isn't it?
I mean, we've only got one motor at the moment, but if you can actually dig in deep, I think I can probably get another one to match that.
You want me to actually reach in my wallet?
Without buying a new scooter, can we get the motor without the scooter?
I think you can buy them as spare, so we can just get one to match that.
You get them on the internet, you'll find them.
Okay, perfect.
Because that can't be too expensive, can it?
I would say 20, 30 quid for one of those.
Okay, that means 40. Right, don't ever believe when it comes at you. Okay, 2,000 RPM.
Yep, 2,800.
2,800. Right.
You're going to amp it up?
Yeah, that's at 24 volts, but I think if we go 36, 48 volts, we'll get that spinning a lot faster.
Okay. While Jim builds a swivelling gun mount using a car axle, Laura prepares the edges of the cement mixer wheels so they have maximum contact with the tennis balls.
Tennis ball actually has its own problems. It's like which may help in some ways. You don't need such a strong machine, but getting accuracy and getting any range, you know, how many people can throw a tennis ball accurately 50, 60 metres? That's hard.
The Essex budgie builders have similar problems because, guess what? Like us in the Rusty Regiment, they've also gone for contra-rotating wheels.
We're hoping that the ball's going to go in the tube, get caught in between the two wheels and actually flicked through the wheels and out of the actual barrel. I don't know how fast it's going to come out at the end, but we will get something popping out the end in the end.
More power is their weapon. A petrol engine will drive 2 bicycle wheels via a belt in a figure-of-8 configuration. The extra power in a petrol engine could be the ace up their sleeve. But the tank hasn't turned out quite how they expected.
At the beginning, we was hoping for a Jeep. The person that was actually bringing the Jeep to us couldn't get it out of the field. We've ended up with a dumper truck. Wasn't liking the idea at first, but when it drove through the gates, it was quite excited. It should be. I would have thought that turned pretty well.
As a seasoned racing driver, Warren is looking forward to getting his hands on this beast.
I don't think this is going to be the fastest thing on the planet, but over rough ground we need something that's got the torque rather than the speed. So I don't think we're going to get stuck, but with that much weight in the front with them two Neanderthals, I think we'll be all right.
We have a DVD player there.
Yeah, you can have DVD, sat-nav.
You know, I like things to be different, even if they look the same, you know. I mean, I was talking about putting a turbo on this anyway, but they were saying, no, we'll make it simple, you know, which is obviously the best way, but obviously I'd like to go in with a nice paint job and I don't know, maybe a twin exhaust and a couple of NOS bottles on.
We'll wipe the smile from his face. So it seems that 2 of the challengers agree with our decision to fire the tennis balls using contra-rotating wheels. But the trickies have opted to use something with a bit more of a bang.
Right.
But enough about them, and back to our build.
Let's load test it.
We've finished converting the Transit into a flatbed.
Good as new.
Now we have to concentrate on the gun, which must fire in all directions and at least 40 metres.
We need to get as much contact on that ball as we can, and the wheel that we've got, it's like a plastic sort of one. So we need to strengthen that up as much as we can.
Yeah, as well as that, when the ball gets fed in, you know, if the ball catches it, the first thing it's going to do is act like a brake.
Yeah.
So we have to try and keep the speed up.
If we reinforce it with thick metal plate, then we're going to get a lot more mass in that wheel. So as
Heavy.
It's spinning, when the ball goes in, it will reduce, it won't drop down in speed as much.
Like a flywheel.
Yeah.
What do you do if you need a couple of circular steel plates to give your rotating gun wheels a bit more oomph? Star Scrapper Laura has the answer.
Laura knows what she's doing. It's great. She's coming in, and actually she's really happy working with metal. You play Scrapheap, and we don't have much woodwork and carving going on or anything delicate. There's none of this sort of the finer things in life, and yeah, she's happy with her steel. And to be fair, everything we've asked, she just fabricates and cracks on with it. Good worker.
You could do this using a jigsaw, but Laura's gone for the fast approach. If I was doing that, they wouldn't exactly be round at the end of it.
We're some way off having our machine up and running. But over in Wokingham, the reigning champions Rusty Regiment are already testing their arsenal.
Are you ready? Okay, then.
Yes, that is wood. And no, true to form, the regiment don't agree on building materials.
It looks good. It looks very impressive. But it's wood. I don't do wood. I do steel.
Let's have another go. Now, this time, you chase the tennis ball. I'm building this for you, not for Scrapheap Challenge. See, the dog's got the idea.
It's about 30 odd.
Well, the rules said that the furthest target's going to be around 40 metres. Good boy. So we've got to think of more tinkering. We're going to have to go, not back to the drawing board, because I think we're on a winning piece of kit. We're just going to have to get the grey cells going.
I've got a steel one. I don't do wood. See what happens. Oh my lord, it's where it all goes wrong.
Who misses?
It went.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It went. And it went quite quick.
Oh dear, Paul's actually positive about something. Now I'm worried.
Good as new.
We've got our tank up and running. Super Scrapper Laura has cut steel plates to give our firing wheels a bit more grunt. We've screwed them on, but now I've got concerns about the motor.
But yeah, is this man enough?
I think they are. I mean, they're 250 watts each, 500 watts, 2/3 of a horsepower. It's more than you can put in with your arm. So long as we can get that energy into that board, it should be all right.
Nobody's arm is 2/3 of a horse.
No, exactly.
That's the way to look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this must be more powerful than we can throw it.
Yeah. Of course, when you throw it, you're putting energy into it over a larger distance. Yeah. With this, we're only limited, so that's why we need to get it to grip as soon as possible and let go as late as possible to try and get as much energy into that board as possible.
OK, good for me. I'll go and grind rubber.
Excellent. I'll make up the ladder.
The ladder will hold the wheels in place and must be absolutely precise. Laura's fabrication skills are just what we need for this challenge. In Kent, the Trekkies would give their back teeth for our Laura right now. They're welding gun mounts onto the car roof, and it's not quite going according to plan.
You get a few seconds and it just blocks it again. I don't know why it keeps doing it. I think I need new ends.
It looks like a drop pie, but it does the job, I guess.
I'm looking forward so much to firing one of these things. They just look like monsters.
Best run to the bomb shelter. It's time to test those butane-powered bazookas.
Getting hot. Yeah? It's getting hot. It is, yeah. There's only one thing I've got to say. Big Strawbridge, you're in trouble.
Trouble? I'll show you trouble. It's time to test our gun.
Everything's been tightened down. We're happy.
Yeah.
And with the ingenious use of a vacuum cleaner, we're ready for the firing range.
Right.
You ready? OK, here we go.
It may still be a bit wobbly and take longer than we wanted.
That was good.
That's great. It's in the same spot every time.
But with this firepower, we can blow the challengers away. We may not need to, though, as the Essex Budgie builders can't even get their engine started. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's just, well, I don't know. All the belts are on and the motor's on, the wheels on, everything's there. So just getting it running now.
We're thinking that we're not actually being able to spin it over quick enough for it to actually start firing. We're putting too much load through the wheels and the pulleys. So what we need to do is we need to get the engine started and then engage everything. So it's back to the drawing board on the starting this motor up.
Looks to me like they've connected too much to the motor. But while the Essex Budgie builders are having a nightmare, the Rusty Regiment have had a disaster on their way for a Scrapheap safety check.
It's kettled. It's had it. Ruined, absolutely.
Well, we was on the motorway and, cut a long story short, we had an accident.
It all went horribly wrong. A huge gust of wind blew us across the motorway and turned us upside down. It was quite frightening, yeah. Well, I was going straight for the crash barrier, but it spun round the other way then. But nobody else was involved and nobody else got hurt. The Hilux is completely destroyed. The trailer that's pulling it destroyed, and my Discovery destroyed.
I think it definitely puts us out. We've got no more time to put it together in time, and I think we're emotionally spent. You know, we've got things like all the weapons here that's broken. This is something that we perfected since you came up last time. It was a combustion gun, and we was getting about 110, 120 yards out of it. We'd actually spent a lot of time and effort, and binned.
I feel absolutely gutted that this has happened. The main thing in my mind is that Paul and Bob are absolutely fine. You know, it could have been a very serious accident. It could have been a lot worse.
Well, I suppose we walk away as Series 10 champions undefeated. I think that's probably...
Any upside? Upside?
That's the only one I can think of.
The only thing that was upside was this upside down.
What I think is, from that, the Rusty Regiment's going to retire and off down a pub.
Fantastic. Way!
I'm glad they're all okay, but there must be an easier way of getting out of the competition when you know you're going to lose to the deadly diamonds. The show must go on, because it's not only the Rusty Regiment who have given their all. For our 2 remaining teams, the time for tinkering is over. It's race day. Our 2 challengers are here at Bewley, ready to do battle over 2 rounds. The winner earns the right to a final showdown with Dick's Diamonds.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Really top.
This challenge has pushed the teams to their limits.
How well does it fire?
It's untested. We got to the end of the build and it was literally a case of, right, well, just hopefully it's going to work on the day.
The Trekkies are bristling with firepower. Maybe Jim can burst their bubble.
I take it you're running a very rich mixture here just to make sure all the air's gone. Because if there's a little bit of air left in there, we're going to disqualify you.
There's a little bit of air in the...
There's only air left in there when it's fired.
Yeah.
That's a disqualification.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's all CO2 by then.
I'm only kidding, don't worry.
OK, tell me about them, mate. Come on, tell me.
The Essex bodybuilders over there have gone for a similar system to us. They're using the 2 rotating wheels, petrol engine. We're using electric. They've got a system of slappy belts, and I don't think they're going to get all that speed onto their wheels. Trekkies have gone for power. They've got propane, they've got air, in a cylinder, tennis ball in front of it, explode it, fire the ball.
So it goes a long way. What about cyclic rate? It must take longer to reload.
I think they're going to be able to reload quickly. We can fire bang, 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 bang. I think theirs is a bang, because they've got to get the gas out of there, the exhaust gas.
Yeah.
And then stick another one in. Bang. So I think they've got the range, but they haven't got the frequency. I think they're both going to be quite reliable, unless they lose a belt, then they're going to be a bit stuffed.
Are we worried?
Nah.
Hold on,
I'm
firing. We haven't got a problem. The first challenge is a shooting match from a fixed position. Each team will have 50 balls and will fire at targets 10, 30 and 40 metres away, with the furthest target scoring a maximum of 10 points.
Laura, off we go. Will it work? All this hard work? No. Yeah, it's all right. Paul's a big bloke. They're going for the big numbers to begin with. Oh, so close. Oh,
dropped his balls.
Oh, another close one. Rev it up, lads. Rev it up. Cane it.
They've got a hand tension. If they don't get it quite right, it stalls it. And if they don't get it on enough, then it doesn't spin fast.
Oh! And they're down.
In the event of a breakdown, teams have 3 minutes to get their machines running again, or they'll be disqualified. The clock is running for the budgie builders.
He is a strong bloke.
This is really a foot ladder.
Oh.
That doesn't sound frightfully good. Well done, Paul. Well done. They're back in. Yes! There we go. That's 2 points.
That spot of exercise seems to have improved the budgie builder's aim, and it's just as well. They're running out of balls.
Yeah, well done. Yay! They're on the last 10 balls. Last 10 balls. There's another one. Here's the last one. Yay! Let's hear it for the Essex Budgie Builders. You'll be very glad to hear we've got a team of mathematicians to add these numbers up for us.
The budgie builders set the standard with a score of 8.
Got some technical problems. If we can iron them out, I think we can get it flicking them out a little bit further than we did.
I think the belt's slipping and they didn't have the friction. Yeah, I think it'll be enough. They've done the best they can. That's excellent.
Next up are the Trekkies with their camping gas cannons and their colourful and fanatical families.
My message to everybody else is watch out for the Trekkies. Compared with the Trekkie build, I don't think the others stand a chance.
The Trekkies are trekking.
Off we go, Laura. This is a positively scary team.
Well, that cleared the
Okay, that was actually 0. Oh, unlucky, mate. Yeah! Well, can I just say, it works. It works. Oi, that's my car. That's my car. It's an accident. I like this.
I like all this kind of move all the way.
Oh, not too scored. Yeah.
Former Army gunner Joe is a real crack shot. His aim, combined with the power of the gun, spells disaster for the netting on our targets.
Breaking our targets.
Whoa. I'm not, yeah, it was. So that's 24 scored, and we deduct the price of the targets. It's a gentlemanly sport, this, you know.
This butane-powered assault is devastating, peppering the targets and racking up an unbelievable score.
Oh, 36.
Well done, the Trekkies.
You've got to be happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
That looked pretty spectacular.
Yeah, but mostly due to the marksman up the top, I think.
After round 1, the scores are this. Second with a respectable 8 points are the Essex Budgie Builders. But taking an early lead with a massive 44 points are the Trekkies.
All to play for in the mobile round. Get off to your kit. Let's go.
Round 2 tests the team's mobile sniper skills. They have just 5 minutes to fire 100 tennis balls whilst on the move along a straight course. First up are the Trekkies.
1. Here they go. Jeff's my first gear. Now away they go.
Oh, he's going quite quick.
Oh. That was a nil run. That was a nil run. And the time's ticking. The Trekkies have decided they're going to stop at the end and reload and then reverse back to only fire out one side.
Loaded.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, a tactical bit of slowing down. Oh! That was a tactical bit of slowing down from the Trekkies there, but they still made up and down 20 seconds. Yeah. You'll notice their new tactics. Their new tactics are slow in the middle and fast towards the ends. This is a very difficult challenge because hitting anything's difficult, but hitting on the move, hard. Yeah, well done. Oh, unlucky. Oh, that a third shot there. That's Jeff's just shown that men can multitask. Yeah. He's loading up, driving, and firing. Come on, girls. Here we go.
I get that accuracy now as well.
Here we go. Oh, you just missed the 10. Oh, no cigar. Oh.
So is this the last run then?
Yeah, I think they'll have time for one more, just time for one more. There we go, keep it coming. Yes, a one score. Oh, 2. 2 ones. Time's up for the Trekkies. Well done, the Trekkies.
Wasn't so easy that time, was it?
No, indeed it wasn't. Unfortunately, I had a gun jam, so we were one gun down.
Oh, see, now you're blaming your equipment.
I don't think we were built for shooting whilst mobile, but we did all right in the first round, so hopefully that will be good enough to get us through.
Next up are the Essex Budgie Builders. Their petrol engine caused them major headaches in the last round. So will it work this time?
Get that engine started.
And they're off, Come on, team. Essex Budgie Builders can fire much more rapidly, but have they got the range?
It stopped.
Oh no, none fired in this round. None fired in this round. Yes, there was one fired in this round. It was a dribble, not a shot, but we don't mind.
The dumper truck can turn on a sixpence, so the Essex Budgie Builders are back down the course quick smart.
Oh, let's have some right here. Come on, let's do it. Feed him in. Well done. Now look at that for range. Keep feeding him in. Back for another run, 20 seconds.
Oh, they're going now.
Yeah, come on, lad. Well done, come on. Let's get the big ones. Come on, let's get the big ones.
But getting ready for the next run, disaster strikes. The belt that drives the gun wheels has snapped. But the race is not over yet. The Essex boys have a cunning plan.
Yeah, look, the rate of fire is truly awesome. Come on, team. Oh, they're nearly there. Look at the 20. Oh, no. Yeah, two scored. And actually, they scored more on that run than they did in the last 2 runs. True British fashion, they have not given in. Come on, the Essex Budgie Builders. Big round of applause. Come on, well done. That's it for the Essex Budgie Builders. Well done.
That dumper on eBay now if anybody's interested. We'll dump it.
Cracking effort in the second round, teams. Surprisingly, the Essex Budgie Builders scored 5 against the Trekkies 4. However, after the first round static performance, our winners from round 1 and round 2 are the Trekkies. You get to take on Dick's Diamonds. Well done.
It's time to let them see what they're up against.
Hey, are you worried? It's sheer power. Ready to fire? We can fire lots. We can fling them a long way.
What's your truck like? It's looking a bit rough here.
Sadly, it broke before we got it. But it's all right, it's okay. Get yourselves ready. It's now battle time. Okay. Go up. Get back to that heap of yours. We're ready.
We'll see you on the battlefield.
Yeah, you will.
I think we can do better than Dick because we've got firepower, we've got distance, and we can cover a lot of distance. So hopefully theirs will just drop out the end.
In your dreams. The final is run on an S-bend course. We'll have 100 balls, and to make things a little more spicy, a highly manoeuvrable bobcat is the moving target. Most hits wins. First up, it's the Trekkies.
And they're off. And look, the bobcat's going up and down. 1, 2. Oh, he doesn't go in straight lines either. That was a bit of a surprise. Hit it once. Oh, that's another hit.
Jeff's got to reverse to stay broadside to the target.
Oh, cracking hit. Well struck, sir.
Reloading on the move may be a bit tricky, but with their long range, they can hit the bobcat from all areas.
Can that man drive that bobcat? Cracking shot, well done.
They're getting less accurate.
Oh, that was a... Yeah, the bouncing shots work. Yeah, well done.
But it's not all plain sailing for the Trekkies.
I think Jeff's had problems reversing. 4 minutes.
With only a minute to go, they find the target and rack up the points.
It's not too bad, you know. It's not a bad rate of fire considering they have to... Yeah, oh. Yeah. Cracking shot. Long range. 30 seconds left, 30 seconds. Well done, Trekkies, 30 seconds. Yeah, well hit. Time! Time! Didn't count anyway. Time. Good effort, Trekkies.
That's pretty impressive. It puts me under a bit of pressure. I hope my military skills haven't deserted me, because we're gonna need them. With Jim at the helm and Laura reloading, we've got a well-oiled machine in operation. Well, almost. Our precision building is paying off. That's 2 hits on our first run. Not bad, but we've got the turning circle of a super tanker, which eats up the seconds. We're struggling with our range, and the target's never where you want it to be.
Get me near it, Jim. Get me near up. Get me near up. 1 second. I'll do it. Slow, 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 slow. I'm gonna stop it. Go balls. Slow, Jim. Slow, slow, slow.
The Trekkies are looking worried, and rightly so. Looks like they don't appreciate Jim's driving. If If we stop, we'll be disqualified.
Where's the ref?
That'll be me.
The referee needs glasses!
Well, let's see what happened then, shall we? Let's see what the results are. Are we ready for this?
Yeah, would you like to hold that, Laura?
Right, unknown. And the scores are... Trekkies, 12. Dick's Diamonds, 10. Worthy winners, away you go, mate. Thank you, Jeff. Yes, I know. Okay, we came second.
I thought you said you'd done this before.
Not with tennis balls. You always shoot straight. What am I staying up to?
Join us next time for some more brilliant budging, and you never know, the diamonds might just win.